All right, so welcome to our team call tonight. Excited to hear from Dakota chat with us. I'm going to leave it over to Rachel Johnstone, and then we'll have Dakota, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about Bevy, which is our new product that is launching tomorrow. But go ahead, Rachel.
All right, we are almost 2 weeks into July, and our team has collectively helped 81 people so far. Leading the pack is Genevieve with 13 Success Club points, and Jackie Robb has also locked in Success Club 10, and then at 8 is Haley Dixon and Angela, and then a Success Club 5 and 6 is Jessica, Abby, Casey, Annie, Raquel, Caitlin, and Miriam. Brand new Emerald. Oh, I forgot to update mine. I know Bree hit Emerald last week, but Kayla, Sudi, Michelle, and Carol are brand new Emeralds. And then Rochelle's husband's account is in week 2 of 6 of Diamond, and Murphy Elliott has officially held her 6 weeks of Diamond. I mentioned, I forgot to delete mine. I mentioned last week that Jackie Robb was a 3-star official, and Shauna Thompson is 1-star official in her husband's account, Laura Simon's husband's account also, and then Rochelle is in week 2 of 6 of 1-star qualifying, and I actually believe Kristen Crawford is in week 2 of 6 as well. All right.
Awesome. Lots of time left in July to help more people. I know that we have so many exciting things happening with the launch. I really wanted to mention real quick before I hand it over to Dakota, bod ropes are currently out of stock. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. They're going back in stock on July 20th. There's already kind of like a week delay with COVID, so it'll be all right, but they are splitting shipments, meaning if somebody orders an NBF challenge pack, which that's what most of us are promoting right now, and they have to sign up as a coach to get the NBF challenge pack, but that will ship out with their nutrition, their Shakeology, or their performance line, or whatever they're getting. And then as new bod ropes are coming back in, those will be split. Those will be sent separately. So don't stress. People can still have access to all of the nutrition, all of the workout programs immediately. They just might have a delay in the bod ropes. But what I want you to take away from this is that this launch was huge. They sold more in the first 4 days than they have in any other program. So it's a good thing. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of exciting things to happen. So I want you to look at this like, wow, this is a big dang deal. And so your job right now is to create that hype, create that FOMO. If you're starting in BF, whether you've already done it or you're starting it, share your experiences because it's getting so much hype, and we want to, when we go to the customer launch, we want people to be excited about it. So just want to share that with you as well. And then we'll talk a little bit more about Summit at the end. There's so many things happening this week in Beachbody. July is a crazy Beachbody time. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dakota.
Oh, am I on mute? No, I'm good. Hi, everybody. Nervous. Okay, so those that didn't catch my live the other day, I'm Dakota. I live in California. I live with my fiance and as some people see on the socials, I'm a dog mom, obsessed. But if you see him, I mean, how could you not? And he's rotten, spoiled. But anyways, so my journey began about 3 years ago. I actually met my coach before she was even a coach. We both worked together in yep, there she is. I was gonna say, I see her. Murphy, we both worked in completely different, well, she's still in the same area of working with kids, but we were both in a baby room and stuff, and I met her then, and then I moved actually back home to California, and was struggling. My weight needed to go, and I've dealt with health issues for years. So my journey kind of was more driven off of not so much, I mean, I wanted to lose the weight, but it was health and then just the confidence and everything. So I remember seeing her first transformation and going, okay, take my money. Like, what do I need to do? Like, if there's a plan, I'll follow a plan and I'll do it. So, but that first year, as a lot of people know, was not easy. And that was 3 years ago when I started. And that first about year and a half was pretty up and down. I mean, I didn't use challenge groups like I should have. I regret that. But now it's like, take full advantage. And that's why I really stress with people to take advantage of those groups, because I regret it not doing it so long ago. And then, so I finally started to find a little bit of consistency, and that's when she circled back around and those follow-ups about coaching. And I decided last May to go ahead and jump into coaching, but I was like still on my own journey, totally on my own journey, still had all the weight to lose because I was up and down. I'd lose it, but still in that mentality of the yo-yo dieting. Even being in this, it was still that horrible mindset. So then finally it just kind of all clicked as I got more consistent and used those challenge groups and leaned into everybody, and lost 35 pounds and gained a confidence that was just, it makes me just want to cry, just how amazing it felt. And I really didn't like push on the coaching. Like I didn't really at all. I signed up somebody, like just people who would ask, like that, shared a little. I loved social media, so I was sharing it, not so much trying to help others, but it was because I was still on my journey. So, so I had a few people here and there, but still didn't hit that, like that feeling until it wasn't even, I had a really hard time last year with my health, and we were on the road of getting my endometriosis diagnosed, which is was a mess and hard, and made the weight loss hard, but I was still holding it off and noticing how much better I felt. And I wanted, I was like, I want to help. I want to do that. I want to help other people. And then I had my surgery, and then having a diagnosis was good on the sense of finally, after 8 years, finding out, what was going on. But then it was very emotional wrapping my head around this diagnosis that is insane. So I was in a really hard, even just January of this year, February, in a really hard place. And we had just bought a house, and I had this surgery, and it was a lot. And this was even before COVID. So like, it was just hard. It was so hard, and we struggled. And then people started reaching out, like, are you still doing this? Are you still in Beachbody? I was like, yeah, I just had my surgery, and, I can't work out right now, but I'm still, my nutrition. That was when I got new Ultimate Portion Fix actual videos, and was able to do the nutrition part, obviously, while I was recovering. And then when I started getting, slowly, Bar Blend was my first back into working out. And I started getting a few people to, to sign up and everything. And then started to get that high of helping, their first little, oh my gosh, it's only been a week, and I already have so much energy. And that little bit of that, I don't know, that's what I call it, is a high. Like, just like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. Like, people are getting what I got out of it, and that's what I want. And then it just, you guys, the community part of it, helping me get out of that hole that I was in and still struggle to be in to this day. It really, like, I didn't decide to really, really like get into actively coaching, like putting my time and scheduling my time until about, it was like end of February. And then and I didn't even know about diamond qualification or anything about that until I started seeing everybody talk about it and everything. And I was like, I'm going to do this. And even my fiance was like, yeah, he goes, you just said it. That's usually how you are. If you say it, you're going to do whatever the hell you have to do the damn thing. So, but yeah, so I really quickly decided, mid-March that I was going to hit diamond by May. And I got out of that little rough hole and really poured myself into all of this. And it just, like I said, I still can't believe I hit it as quickly as I did, but I absolutely love everything about this and helping the people, and then getting those messages of people like telling me, like, I lost 10 pounds and I haven't lost 10 pounds in like a year. That, like, it's still like, I get emotional now, just like those little messages. It's so amazing. And And I knew, I was like, this is something, I mean, I'm a hairstylist and a makeup artist. Like that's my career. But it was like, this was for me too. This was what I needed, you know, and that's also, you know, in a sense of helping people feel amazing about themselves too, like helping them, you know, glamming them up. If that's what makes them feel good, that's, you know, that's just what I do. So this was almost like just second nature. And then just how much it helped me, I just, you know, I wanted to do that. And so, so come, I think March is when I've hit my first Success Club, and that was a really big boost too. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm on that list that we talk about, the recruitment. It's like, oh my goodness, look at my name up there. And then I think May, when I hit Diamond, I hit Success Club 22. Seeing my name up there with Jackie, Rob, and Rachel, and y'all, holy balls! Like that was so just, I was up here. I was like, oh, man, look at me. Like I'm up here. Like it just was so much, but I mean, it was hard. I got a lot of no's. Like no's were, also my attitude is more like, okay, not right now. I don't really take no's as, I'll come back. Like I'll find you. They know too that I won't, you know, I'm like, I want you to do this, because that's what most people, it's like, this was amazing for me. Like, this is especially those ones that, you know, and I know people know what I'm talking about. There's those people that, you know, that are, you know, you're like, Murphy and I have talked about this before with a few people, like they need this, like they need this. So, but my main thing, like, I would say, I think it was my one of my first power hours was one of Rachel's, and the connection part, that part was really huge, because I feel like before I wasn't really connecting, and I was more just inviting. And that's where, even though it wasn't like, I go back and read them and it wasn't icky and gross and salesy, but it was still that very like I don't know you, and she just sent me an invite, which it was very, you know, I'm very, people know, like I'm a good talker and I like to talk and stuff, and I'm not all about, because I've had people beat down my door for selling me everything under the sun, especially weight loss things. And so I know how that is. And I was like, I refuse. That was kind of my hesitation too with coaching, was I don't want to seem gross, because I've had people beat down my door, not talking bad about Herbalife or anything, all that other stuff. But I've had people literally like, buy my stuff, please. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So even the messages that it just was, I struggled sending invites. Like, I won't lie, probably get my butt beat, but I didn't send invites for a long time. I waited for people to come to me, which now thinking back, I'm like if you would have sent invites like way earlier and connected and did those things, I would have been, you know, I'd have hit that way earlier, because it was as soon as I started connecting. Like, I even had someone last month who I was starting a connection with since like March, when I really poured all this in. She finally signed up, and it was because of that 3-step connect, invite, and follow up. And those 3 right there are huge. And I know the no's suck, and they do beat your confidence down, which I still deal with that, even though half the time I'm like, I'll come back to you. Like, you know, I'll work on you. Or, you know, and I get the rude people. Oh my goodness. Especially, I don't know what's up with this month, but I don't know if anybody else has had this problem, but there are some darn trolls out there this month. And I don't know if there's like been a full moon every night or what in the world, but I've had some, even on non-invites, nothing that I'm inviting, just coming, like taking their time out of their day to just be just awful. And it's like, block button. That's my big advice too. That block button is my best friend. And I know that Team Sunshine knows about me and my block button. It's the best thing, because you know what? They don't matter. You're going to help people, and that's the thing. But like I said, I feel like my more success was after I built at least a connection, even if it's just liking someone's picture for a while or commenting on someone's picture for a while. You know, like just some type of connection before that. Even friends. Like, I didn't even invite my friends and family right off the start, which I know that's like the first thing with your warm market. Like my friends and family who knew what I was doing for the last 3 years, I didn't even want to invite them because I didn't want to seem that salesy way. So it was, even with them, building a connection with them, like talking about it here and there, or just even talking with them about what they're already doing. And then finally, like, my parents are doing this now. Like, I've got family starting, and my dad had a stroke, so that was a huge deal, getting him on his health and fitness. And my family has tons of background with diabetes and heart, like all kinds of stuff. So it was, getting them, but even them, it took them forever. And so that's what I would stress the most. And that's really, I feel like that's how I hit my diamond, when I, like, as in that time, that short, I feel like, I don't know if anybody can agree, it was like a short amount of time, I guess you could say, that I jumped in and got. So like, I would say that would be my biggest thing, is the connection still. Like, I still have, like, and I track with the Google Streak. I definitely track people who I've been talking to. Jen's video, very helpful. And sorry, my paper's all over the place, which I haven't even gone off these papers once. Like, even my fiance was like, you're not going to need that. He's like, you're not going to need that at all. So I've been nervous. I'll tell you guys, I was nervous all day, and we've had a whole house full of people. My in-laws just got here to visit, so it's been crazy. But oh, thank you guys. And you guys, that's another thing I told them too, like, this right here, like in this thread, this is, I mean, I'm trying to get all my best friends to jump into this, because y'all are amazing. Like, I want people to freaking be in this because of how you feel with, and you don't feel like you're alone. Look at you guys. But yeah, that would be my biggest thing to for any advice for anybody, trying to hit that goal, is just keep going. Don't let the no's, that, because they circle back around. I feel like, I would say almost half of the people that I've had sign up in the last 2 months were people that told me no probably 3 or 4 times. And then they finally, those follow up, all day, every day. I go back on constantly on my follow-up list, and I'll just make sure, wait, did I follow up with them? And I go make sure that message is there. And I was like, okay, I did. But I am constantly checking, because those that fall through the cracks that you don't follow up with, like, I had one girl that I feel terrible, and she's just, new mom, super busy, and has younger kids too, or not new mom, but new baby, and crazy, which, I haven't had that chapter of life yet. So I guess I just didn't understand how busy, and she wanted to sign up, but she just said she saw the message and then, walked away from her phone. And I know I'm bad about that with text messages. Like, I'll walk away or do something and not realize that I didn't respond or didn't read all of it or something. And so that's what one girl, it was just a follow-up that she was like, oh my gosh, yes, I wanted to do this, but just life got crazy, and the baby and this, and she joined. And so it was like, those follow-ups are huge. And I know it seems, I think for a while I thought, like, well, I already invited them. Like I'm going to invite them again. Like, isn't that just weird? But no, like, that, a lot of people need to be, or it's just like they've stressed so many times. Some people, it's just not their time, and it will be their time at some point. At some point, just like I think of myself with coaching, like, I was in this for like a year and a half before I decided to coach, and still didn't even hit the ground running for a while, for months. So that, like, it's everybody's time comes. And but that's those 3 steps: build a connection, some type of connection, and then invite them. And then after inviting them, if that doesn't work out, follow up, keep following up, and follow up again and twice and 3 times. Like, I don't feel like you can follow up enough, especially even if it's like Jackie has said before, just a, hey, how are you doing during the COVID, like, check in on people too, because then that makes them feel like they are, that you care. And then they're like, wow, maybe I do want to join her team. So even people who've told me no about coaching that are on my in my challenge group, I still circle around, because I remember Murphy. Where am I at now? She circled around. I know she asked me, I believe she's asked me a few times about coaching. And I don't know why I did not get that discount like a long time ago. Like, what was I thinking? Like, and that's what my my fiance too will tell you. Like, what? There was a discount even? Like, even if you weren't ready to coach, like, what are you thinking? So even if it had to start there, like, I mean, right now I don't have one working coach. And I felt like that was like I stressed about that for a little bit too. But like I've heard it said before, like it's okay if, you know, if it's all discount coaches, that person is gonna come. That person is gonna come and on my team, those people are gonna come on my team, but it's all in time. So that would be my biggest thing is what I had to say to anybody out there is I know it sucks to be told no and that confidence dig. I mean, it does suck because it's like, man, like, am I not doing this right or whatever? But just, you know, and the world is crazy right now. The world is F word crazy. Like, it is insane. So people, you know, people are going through things. And some people that I have actually, they said like this has been the best thing for them during COVID. I'm grateful for it because I mean, if anything, I feel like a lot of people, it encouraged them to get on their health, take care of their health and their fitness, you know? So, or not even that. Like I have one lady in our challenge group who makes me cry every time she messages me a check-in. She just loves the community in the group. She's like, I just feel like I can post in there and always at least somebody's going to tell me like, good job. She's like, she doesn't have that at home. So she goes, you know, these groups are my encouragement. She's like, I don't have that at home. You know, her husband isn't just as encouraging and stuff. So like to have this, like that's why I was like, this is why I do what I do. I love what I do. And so yes, that would be my biggest thing, like I said, to tell for everybody, to share on how I did all that was, and like I said, the tracking all those people who I'm following up and who I'm connecting with or who I did invite was the Google Streak. I watched Jen's video probably like 50 times to get that down. That was, but now I got it down. And the collections on Instagram, Rachel's that Power Hour, the adding the connections or the collections in Instagram, that really is helpful to track because it can get crazy on who you have invited, who you followed up with. And I mean, I'm a notebook person, so going from notebook to technology has been all over the place, but just try it out and it's really helpful. Like it's saved up here a lot of breathing time and saved me a lot of time too from having to go through all my, I mean, I have like 5 notebooks right here sitting on my desk. So yeah, so yeah, I was just seeing in the comments, but yeah, so, oh guys, that was not bad at all. I was like so nervous. I was literally like tummy ache, like it was bad. I was so nervous and I don't even know why. That's insane.
You did so great. You were so awesome. Loved hearing all that. I've been so impressed with you over the last couple of months. Like you weren't even on my radar as like an actual coach on our team. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing Dakota's name on drill downs and things like that. That's so exciting. And then your mindset and attitude of like, oh, what's this diamond thing? Oh, I'm going to do that. And I feel like everybody needed a goal to focus on, especially like, just like you said, with customers who really needed this during COVID. Like when people are going through a phase in their life where they feel like everything is kind of out of control, like they don't have any control with all this, that you needed a goal to like focus on. And I love that you did that. Also love that you said that you still don't have any working coaches. And so like, you know, like, okay, oh, that's something I can like pivot and shift shift and work on a little bit more to get that, to build that team. But we don't just sit there and wait for them to happen. You don't let that hold you back for why you can't hit the next rank goal or why you still can't help other people or why that doesn't make you a great coach. One of the things that I was so impressed with, I remember when you hit diamond and you kept on going.
I had like 6 people roll in after that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So my question for you is, what was your mindset with that? Because I think that there are a lot of people that when you hit a goal and you hustle and you're working for it, sometimes you hit that goal and you're exhausted. And you're like, oh, okay, I need a break. Like, what was your mindset for not taking your foot off the gas? Like, you did not, like, you hit diamond early and earlier in May, and you like kept on adding a lot of people the rest of the month?
I would say my mindset was just keep going, girl. Like, why stop? Like, but I was also on that high of helping people, like getting those people signed up. Like, I didn't want to stop. And just, I don't know. It was just that, like, I just wanted to keep going. Like, keep, like, all the help all the people. I want to help all the people. I want all the people in this. Like, I want all the people to do this. But I get that because I won't lie. I'll say the last month, have I done as much as what I did then? No, but I'm still rolling. And I literally just gave myself a reality check. It was probably about 2 hours ago when I did sit down and was doing stuff. And I was like, wow, you have not been as consistent with certain things. And I was it's about to change now. But like, I don't know, I would just say, keep pushing, don't stop. Cause I get that. I mean, just with past things, I think about what you just said, like, you hit a goal and then you kind of coast. You're like, oh, but I said when I locked in the 6 weeks, I was like, oh, take a deep breath for a second, but then there's the next 6-week hold. Got to keep, there's no stopping. I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like I'm going to slow down because I just want to keep going. I want to keep helping people and I want to keep rolling with this mentality of, and just like, it took my mind off of, COVID is still happening. I still, I have and Rachel, we've talked about this, like it's the endo stuff, like that's another huge reason why I do what I do, because I deal with enough BS with my health that, and it takes me down takes me down a lot. I still, like, once I got my diagnosis, it's not like I'm just like, oh, I'm diagnosed. And it's now there's a whole nother hill to climb. And this is where I can pour myself those all that negativity that I deal with just my health and then the trolls and all that. I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing and that I'm helping people and what I do matters. And that's really what keeps me going, and knowing that I have people to help, because there's weeks that I don't want to continue because of what I'm dealing with, because it'll leave me, like the days that I can't get up and work out, I feel like a failure because it's like, that's what I'm supposed to be showing people. But then I'm like, no, girl, I got to show people that I'm real and I have something that I'm still fighting every day, and that I can still do these things to take care of myself while fighting something.
I love that. Your mindset is so just what clearly is attributing to so much of your success. So thank you so much for sharing tonight.
No problem. Thank you guys for, you guys are like, I'm looking at this feed, right? These comments, and I believe I just told my fiance too, before I got up this call, I was like, even if I fall on my face, like I have these girls who are going to catch me, and I'm not gonna cry. I'm not going to do this.
You're so cute. I have questions, but now you're crying.
It's okay. I cry all the time, so it's fine.
Okay. I don't want you to make me cry. Okay, so I have 2 questions. First question is, what is, like, as a new coach with this mindset, like, I want to hit this diamond thing, so I need to sign people up and do all the things, right? What kind of what's an example invite you send? Because they have our scripts and I know what I send, but to a new coach or someone who's like, okay, Dakota, you fired me up, what is your go-to message?
So actually, I believe I've talked to Jackie about this. I just can't find myself to copy and paste. I almost do a new invite per person. It's kind of based off of, if I did have a connection with them, I involve at least 2 or 3 things in my invite. And my invite is not a small little line. Sometimes it's paragraphs with somebody, because I don't want them to feel at all like I'm just sending you an invite to buy this and do this, and then I'm gonna forget about you. Like, something that we connected on the last couple months, I interpret 2 or 3 of those things in my message. But that's why I had a PowerPoint, and I messaged my Sunshine group that what I've got a problem with is saving things. A lot of Canva I've gotten my not saving or making a copy. So I worked for a very long time on my PowerPoint this week, and it went bye-bye. But I really I wanted to put something in there on my invites on how what I say, but then I thought about it. I was like, they're all different. Like, not one of them, I don't think one of them is the same. I think the only thing that I kind of copy and paste, but I still go in and edit, is like when they want to hear about a challenge group. And then, you know, I kind of talk about it. And then if they want more info, I send the slides. But I found that on the start, I did do the copy and paste of your guys's little wording that you can copy and paste to somebody, but I wasn't getting any traction. And I didn't know if it just was the people that I was connecting with kind of caught on that sounds kind of scripted coming from you. And the way I talk, people know kind of how I talk, and they see, you know, they're watching my stories. They know that, especially my mouth, like they know like how I talk. So I guess I would say that I just kind of go off of what the connection that I built, and everybody's invite is very personal. It's not a straight across the board something that I send to not one person got the same invite in the last couple months. Like I could even go back in my messages and look, and not one person did. It was all on, and I just feel like and I've even had people later tell me like, you know, you did this in a really great way. Like I've had people tell me the same thing like I just said, that they've had other health and fitness people beat down their door with things, and they're like, it was so gross, like really gross. And she's like, a few of them were like, the way you did things and you talked to me first, like who are you? Like I was like, I'm a person. You know, I'm not just selling you something. Like I don't want to just sell you something. That's not what it's about. And that's another thing, is reminding them that it's not, so many people are on those quick fixes, and I'm like, sorry, that's not what this is. But this is, you know, will change your life, but it's not going to change it in the drop of a dime. You know, honey, you got work. But
I love that, because especially for newer coaches, that if you're building up your credibility, you need to share that. So I love that. And so I was just wondering, and I think it's smart that you had the mindset to pivot and realize when something wasn't working. You didn't just give up.
Yeah.
You didn't say, oh, no one wants to do this, so case closed, I'm done. And I love that. Okay, second question, and I know we're kind of over, so is for coaches, we have coaches still pushing for diamond, or still have every single one of you on this call. If you're on this call and you want to move forward in this business and continue to grow week to week, month to month, year to year, eye on the prize, diamond, 2-star, right, beyond. What is your advice, Dakota? Because they've heard ours of why you should do it, but what would you tell someone who's in this mindset of like, I just don't know if I can do it, Dakota? I just don't know. What would you tell them?
You can effing do it. Like I didn't think that I could. I mean, I heard, like I said, I heard about diamond in March. Like I heard about this pushing for this goal and then this retreat and everything. And I was like, well, I want to do that. And if I tell myself though, like my fiance will tell you, if I tell myself I'm going to do something, the girl's going to do it. Because then if not, then the whole world will fall apart. If I don't, you know, and even if you don't hit it though, or whatever, that's okay. Keep going. Like don't stop just because you didn't hit it by a certain date. You're still going to hit it and do it and be proud of it. But I guess I would just say, just keep going, and, you know, and follow up. But like keep going and just keep pushing. Don't let the no's and or if you're brand new and you feel like, wow, that's really crazy. I mean, in February, I had three people under me in February, like, you know, signed up. And I went from 3 to 15, 16, 17 or somewhere around there in like March, April, May, 2 months. I mean, and I got a lot of no's. So, and like I said, don't let that discourage you, which I know as a new coach, that can be discouraging. Or the people that say, I had a girl tell me that I live too perfect of a life. And I was like, oh, honey, what life are you talking about? Like, I don't know what life you're talking about. And that's another thing, is I know I have a I'm a pretty strong, like, you know, as for blocking out the haters, but they still do get to me. But I would just keep rolling, and you can do it. Like I said, I was going to do it, but I was kind of like am I going to be able to do this? Like, is this enough time? I was like, I see people who have been working at this for so long, and I'm just like, can I do it? And I just kept pushing. You can't think about that. You just have to keep on your goal and just keep pushing towards your goal. Write it on a piece of paper and put it on don't put it and wipe it off or lose your paper. Actually, Jessica Ballard gave me a good idea. Write it with lipstick or something on your mirror, your goal, because if you put it on a sticky note or something, sometimes if you're like me, you lose everything. So, and then your fiance throws things that you don't even look at them and throws them away. So yeah, lipstick or a dry eraser marker or something. Write it on your mirror and say you can do this. Like, and then like I had Rachel, on my phone it said diamond, my wallpaper, diamond, like you're going to be a diamond, like you're going to do this, or whatever that goal is. Put it and say it a million freaking times and believe it. Don't say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, or I might not be able to do this. Say, I can, I will, and I'm going to.
So good. Love it, Dakota. I'm obsessed with you. Nailed it. Crushed it. Awesome. Okay, so switching gears really quickly, I want to talk about Bevy, which is our new product that is launching in the US only tomorrow. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. When I first heard about this, I was like, no, I'm going to pretend this isn't happening. Just because I had stereotypes of these like teas. I don't know if you see when people like teas on Instagram, and I'm like, I'm not about that life. Like, I'm not going to sell you a quick fix. I'm not going to sell you a fat blocker, a carb blocker, a laxative, a diuretic, not going down that. So in my head, I was like, I'm just going to pretend this isn't happening. The cool thing about Beachbody is I am an independent Beachbody coach. So I can promote what I want and I can turn a blind eye to things that I don't use, right? However, I was like, you know what? That's one thing that stopped me from being a coach is I thought Shakeology was like not a thing. Until I did research. Y'all, I've shared this before. I'm a nerd. I love to do the research. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go check this out. Make sure it's on the up and up, which I should know. Beachbody obviously isn't going to put out a product that's not incredible. Like, hello, I've been in this company for 5.5 years and they have yet to fail me. Although I didn't love Country Heat, but that's just my prerogative. Didn't promote that. Not my jam. But some people love it. Some of my customers love it, but that's not my thing. Here's what you need to know. So Bevy is a 15-calorie tea beverage, okay? It has no gluten, no soy, no dairy, no artificial colors, preservatives. All the integrity that all of our products are made with is in this. That right there was like, okay, I feel good about what's in it. Again, it's not a laxative, diuretic, fat blocker, any of that. Here's what's in it. And I'm gonna quickly go into the science just so that you can know why it's awesome and why I'm like, yes, I'm super excited for this. It has brewer's yeast peptides. So those are things that you find in like fermenting things. It also has green tea phytosomes, basically green tea. And then it also has an additional 3 grams of soluble fiber. Here's what you need to know about that. Brewer's yeast, here's what it does. It's really great at helping you suppress your appetite. Okay, so I looked, there's been some clinical studies, and people that added this over the course of like in their system for about 2 weeks, they ate on average 250 less calories a day. That's huge. Over the course of a week, that's a lot of calories. The science, the nutrition part of me that I learned that in school, 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat loss. So if you can reduce 3,500 calories over the course of the week, either by working out more or eating less, you lose a pound. This is shown that when people take this, when they are utilizing brewer's yeast, they eat 250 calories less, right? It helps control the natural appetite flow and pathways in our bodies. So again, working with our bodies naturally. The other thing is the green tea phytosomes. And what that does is it helps with energy expenditure and fat metabolism. We know green tea is amazing. If you haven't heard about green tea, I don't know if you've been under a rock, it's great. It's in a lot of things. We know that green tea extract is also an energize, but it's also great. There was another study, clinical study, that when people had this over the course of 6 months, they lost twice as much weight as people who were just eating the same things, working out the same. When they added the green tea phytosomes, they lost twice as much weight. So this is what's cool about this little tea beverage that we're adding in, is that it helps suppress appetite, so you're eating less, curbing those cravings, and supports healthy weight loss. Here's how it works. 15 calories, you're supposed to consume it twice a day, 30 minutes before your meals. So recommended, a lot of us take Shakeology in the morning for breakfast or after our early morning workout. So a great way to do it would be right for 30 minutes before your lunch. then eat your lunch, and then 30 minutes before dinner, then eat your dinner. Okay, so it's awesome. It comes in 40 sticks. So just like, the stick packages for Energize, except it's 40. The flavors are lemon and pomegranate berry, and it's priced the same as Energize. So $49.95 for just normal customers, and us as Coach prices, it's $37.46. So that is it in a nutshell. Caffeine, it doesn't, I think it had like, ooh, that's a good question. I can't remember off the top of my head, but very little caffeine. I can't, I'm
8
on
grams.
8 grams. 8 grams. So
8 milligrams. Sorry, not
8
grams.
milligrams. Yeah. So in perspective, a cup of coffee has 100. Energize has 100 milligrams. So very little. So it's not going to be like jittery. You're not really, the green tea in it has actually been decaffeinated. So not enough to really count for anything. Yes. And Rachel saying Brewer's yeast helps with balancing estrogen and progesterone. Yes. Honestly,
It
you guys,
also boosts milk supply if you're breastfeeding.
and helps with boosting milk supply. Those are in those lactation cookies. When I was breastfeeding, I tried to get all of that, brewer's yeast and all the things. Like I said, I'm actually so pumped about this, and I was super skeptical. And I'm actually really, really excited about this. I think it's going to really help a lot of people. What's the difference between Shakeology and this? Obviously, Shakeology is our nutrient-dense shake that we drink every single day. It has the vitamins, the probiotics, antioxidants, a ton of veggies, all of that. This is kind of just going to work in conjunction with that. So like I said, Shakeology in the morning, and then you can have this 30 minutes before lunch and 30 minutes before dinner. I think it's really, really going to help a lot of people work with their natural pathways and actually have better results long term. Very excited about that. What else? Yeah, maybe you should drink a bevy instead of your third or fourth Energize. Absolutely. And they come in cute little packets. I'm all about packet life, and I think that's amazing. I'm very excited about that. You don't have to dig your fingers into the scoop. And then what else? There was one other thing I wanted to tell you about it, but I can't remember. So I'm going to quickly pass it on to Jessica. She's going to very quickly talk about a Better Together, which is our summit week. We are supposed to have our annual summit convention in New Orleans. Thank you, COVID. It's canceled. Not canceled, just we're rearranging how we're doing it, and it's all going to be streamed. So go ahead, Jess.
Okay, so this is going to be super quick because we're already late. If you check the chat box, I'm going to drop the link for the Beachbody Champions page. If you're not already a member of the Beachbody Champion page, click on that link and go ahead and add yourself, because you'll see the schedule there. There will be updates there as well. There will be live trainings from some top coaches in the networks that will be live from that page. There will also be a keynote speaker that goes live in that page. So you want to make sure you have that. And also you're going to, oops, that's my kids. You're going to download Beachbody Team Beachbody Events app. Looks like this bottom right one. Can't see my creepy finger, this one right here. So Team Beachbody Events app, download that, and it's going to show you Better Together Summit Week, and it will have all of the speakers. It will tell you where they are, and you need to have that app in order to get the live session links for the recognition, the general session, and the celebration, which is on Saturday. So you'll see that in the schedule. It'll also pop up in your app. The other thing that you want to make sure you have is your Beachbody On Demand app, which you obviously already have it because you're doing your workouts. The super trainer workouts will show up in your Beachbody On Demand. They'll show up the night before what you see on the schedule, and they'll stay live for 24 hours. So if you see Joel Freeman super workout for, I think it's like Wednesday, I'm probably wrong on the dates, it'll show up Tuesday night in your BOD app. So workouts in your BOD app, trainings and keynotes will be in the Live Champions Facebook page. Live session links for the big sessions that will be labeled general session, celebration session will be in your Team Beachbody Events app. When you click the events app, it'll show you Better Together Summit. It'll prompt you to fill out your name and profile, and then it'll show you everything that's happening on the agenda. So that's the best way to stay informed. Super excited. Summit is one of the best events of the year, and even though we can't be together live, I highly suggest trying to plug in as much as you can. The trainings will be recorded, but they will not stay available for very long, because a lot of the keynotes are, of course, offering their time live, and so it's not going to be information that stays on the interwebs forever. If you have questions about it, you can definitely reach out in the Team VIP page or your chat threads. Anything else that I missed? Ooh, watch parties, that's cute. Virtual watch parties. Okay, awesome. Great job, Dakota. You absolutely killed it. So proud of you. Congrats on all your success. Keep rocking, girlfriend. I hope everyone has the best evening. Stephanie, I love your hair. I will see you all on the social. Bye, y'all.